Three more new IEMs to unbox today. We have the BQ-EYC Winter. Somehow this one is super highly requested. I don't know why. Thieaudio F15, and also lastly, Thieaudio Prestige. Hey friends, welcome back to another video on Thieaudio, and today we're unboxing and doing first impression of three IEMs. So let's first start off with the most exciting one for me. I've been wanting to try this for a long time now. Is the Prestige. So here's the front of the box. We have Prestige 1DD, 4BA, and 4 EST. This thing is loaded with all the drivers you ever need. Pull out the sleeve, you get the inner box that opens up like so, and the IEMs and carrying case lives inside. This is a fairly big case, and you guys know how I feel about big cases. I don't really use them too much. Inside here you get the accessories, which should be on the screen for you guys right now. Probably my most favorite looking shell design in a very long time. It just looks stunning, pretty, yeah. Besides that, the cable also feels nice as well. Like, it doesn't feel like a cheap cable in any way. It also has an interchangeable termination. This has become more common as of late in all price brackets, so it's not as special anymore to mention it, but I still appreciate that it has it. Now, I normally use my M11 Plus to do my first impressions, but I decided since I'm on my computer anyway, why not just plug it straight into my D90 A90 stack? Just going for the full setup. The song of choice today is gonna be Ghosts by Suisse. I've been kind of liking some of her stuff lately, so we're gonna go with this song. The IEMs are in the ear, and I gotta say they are a little bit large. It's sitting right at the edge of like my ear, so it's just the perfect fit for me, just being a little bit too much. So if you have smaller ears, definitely gonna be an issue. All right, let's play. Okay, I say I like about 90% of the entire IEM. The bass is very clean. There's quite a lot of it. Now, not super bass head level of bass, but it has enough so that the fun elements in the song, the fun bass, comes across very nicely. The mid-range is clean, a little bit on the lean side, but clean and open. The only issue I have with this is in the treble. It's quite a lot. The cymbals are overly pronounced, if you will, splashy. Like, I feel like I'm standing next to the cymbal as opposed to standing like near the singer. Sometimes the treble elements comes across more forward than the vocalist herself, and for me that sounds quite a bit unnatural in a way. This kind of has a similar problem to the Oracle Mark II, where the treble is just too much of it. Now, the Prestige has quite a bit less treble than the Oracle Mark II. The Oracle Mark II for me is just way too much and just painful. This just comes across as being just a touch too much. Not really painful, just not a natural presentation of the song, if you will. Next, we have the BQ-EYC Winter. This is the front of the box, and this is the back of the box. Now, this IEM is interesting because it is a hybrid that's not really your typical hybrid. As you know, typical hybrids have DDs and BA, dynamic drivers and balanced armatures, but this hybrid has a dynamic driver and a bone conductor. Yes, a BC driver. I think that's why it's been so highly requested that I test this one out. Here is the inner box, and it opens up like so to reveal the IEMs inside. Here's a carrying case up close. Not as big as the Thieaudio, but still too big for my personal use. And all the accessories should be on the screen for you guys right now. Here's the IEMs up close for you guys as well. And here is the cable. Not a bad cable. Doesn't feel premium, but also doesn't feel cheap. Kind of like a middle of the road cable. I would say one thing though, the construction on this IEM is phenomenal. It's just solid metal, feels very premium built, especially for the price of 200 something. All right, in the ears we go, and let's test. This one is all right, just all right. I didn't really pick up on anything that's like majorly wrong with it. The only issues I would bring up would be that it has uneven upper mid-range, if you will. So female vocals especially don't come across as smooth as they could. There's a little bit of lack in energy, I guess, or engagement, if you will, when it comes to the vocals. Though I would say that some people might like a less engaging type of vocal experience, and if that's the case for you, you might like these more than I do. The dip in energy here doesn't feel like it's way too much to the point where it's unnatural or bad. It's more of like a flavor change, if anything. The other thing I'll bring up is that that these do sound quite warm, but not overly bassy. The bass quantity is probably not that much. It's just a little bit uncontrolled, which leaves you that warmer feeling in the lower mids, if you will. Now, some of you guys might like that more than I do. Again, all preference. This IEM doesn't really have a major glaring flaw that jumps out at me. It's more so, it just doesn't fit my personal preference at all. The biggest issue I would say is I don't really feel the bone conductor doing its job. Now I know that the bone conductor in here is supposed to handle the treble or the upper frequencies, but this sounds like a DD. Like it has that DD treble, which is not the smoothest. Also, you get that little bit of graininess in the air region as well. Like the cymbals just comes across a little bit too well pronounced. All signatures of a regular dynamic driver kind of treble. Don't really feel the bone conductor working in here, but all in all, an alright IEM. And last but not least, the Thieaudio FH15. Yes, the front of the box is like so. And here's the back of the box. Now, it says FH15, which would, you know, immediately indicate in your brain that it might be a more expensive set. But in reality, I think it's cheaper. It's like $200, $300, something like that. So yeah, the naming scheme of Thieaudio now makes a little less sense. Removing the sleeve, you get the inner box that opens like so. Here are the IEMs inside. All the accessories should be on the screen for you guys right now. I don't like these. The bass is a lot, it's uncontrolled. Drums comes across blunt, female vocals are very hefty, and the details, micro details, are pretty much lost. They're not as, you know, up forward or sparkly anyways. It's just, alright, that is it for the unboxing today. Thank you guys so much for watching. My favorite IEM out of all of them, I'll say the Prestige, honestly, even though all three of them didn't really like completely blow me away today. The Prestige has the most amount of goodness. Like I said, I like 90% of it. The whole IEM is pretty much correct, aside from just a touch too much treble. The Winter was alright, not really my taste, and I really wonder what the bone conductor is actually doing. And the FH15 is just a no for me. Now, I should say, I forgot to mention this, is that the Thieaudio actually has tuning nozzles as well. So I will be trying these out in my full review of it, but I do doubt that it's gonna fix the signature that much. And with all that being said, again, I'd like to thank my Patreon subscriber. Now we have Kay, Chadwick, Suniro, Norm, Ben, and of course, Mr. Mason. Thank you for the support. If you want to support the channel yourself, link to Patreon is down below. Many good perks there, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. I mean, peace. Bye.